All right, we will get started. It is now 5:30, so I'm going to open up the Recreation Commission meeting for Thursday, June 25th. We are being recorded for future broadcast on at least the town website. I'm not sure if they're doing the Zoom meetings on cable or not. First up on the agenda, let me bring it up, is discuss spending remaining funds in the fiscal 2020 budget. So as we talked about last week, we wanted to spend some money on some signs at the various playgrounds or fields in town, and then offer some funds up to both the soccer and baseball groups to help with their COVID-19 preparedness. So let's deal with the soccer and baseball groups first. That's kind of the easiest one, and then we'll work our way out. So we have $1,744 to spend. We estimated we kept $250 aside for this one last electricity bill. We don't anticipate it'll be that much, but just want to be sure we have that covered in our budget. And so when I reached out to the baseball and soccer groups, I offered them $350 each to spent on COVID-19 stuff. So the soccer group got back to me. They are renting hand sanitizer stations for 3 months, I believe, at $110 a month. So that's a total of $330. So if everyone thinks that's satisfactory, I'd be looking for a motion to spend no more than $350 on hand sanitizer stations down at the VFW for the soccer program.
So moved.
Motion made by John. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Tim. Any discussions or questions? Okay. All those in favor say aye.
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 Jennifer, no, aye.
Oh, that's right. I forgot on Zoom. You have to state our name before voting. So let's go through that. Ryan Hogan, aye.
John Furno.
Jennifer, no, aye.
Jennifer Goslin, aye.
Tim Bonin, aye.
So that's unanimous. Okay, so moving on to the baseball program. They have a couple of expenses. They bought some disinfectant and like sprayers to help clean the dugouts and the bathroom and that sort of stuff. So four of those plus a different disinfectant to use it came to $250. They'd also like to spend $100 on first aid kits, especially with sanitizing wipes for wiping down kids' bats, that sort of stuff. So I'd be looking for a motion to spend no more than $350 on disinfectant sprayers and disinfectant, and then the first aid kits.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by John, seconded by Hannah. Any other questions or comments? If not, all in favor?
Bonin, aye.
Jennifer, no, aye.
John Furno, aye.
Jennifer Goslin, aye.
Ryan Hogan, aye. So that's unanimous as well. So that's $700 out of the budget. So we're looking at somewhere between $750 and $800 for remaining signs. At our last meeting, we approved to spend no more than $500 on 4 signs, but as we research the signs, I don't think that's going to be enough. Tim, do you want to give us an update on that?
Yeah, a couple things are at play. I was approached a couple days ago by the league president indicating that some signage that we weren't aware of when we had our last meeting may be needed, specifically as it relates to players areas or spectator areas or no spectator area signs. So that kind of threw the monkey wrench into what we were looking to do in regards to large, big banners. Running parallel to that, as we did our homework to try and get a Recreation Commission WB Mason account ordered or put together with the proper tax credentials, so we weren't charged tax. That took a little while. I was able to finally get that. When I looked up the signs that we were going to use that we had identified as, potential good ones at $150 a whack. On my account, they were 247, or not my account, but on our account, the town's account. That same item was listed at $247 for a difference of like $123. So that's going to spur, a investigation in and of itself how that could happen. But the baseball president had mentioned a potential fix to our dugout issue being small. So some of those signages that we originally thought were needed might not be. So long and the short of it, we have a number of ideas out there. The signs will be up certainly by the next phase. The question is what they will look like down there. I know
so
that I know I rambled there, but the long and the short of it is it's still very much fluid, and it'll become clear over the next couple days.
Okay. Or do we want to make it, so this will be our last meeting before the end of the month. Do we want to make are people comfortable with a general motion to spend no more than $750 on various types of signs, or are people not comfortable with that? I'm not sure how comfortable I am, to be honest with you.
Well, I would tell you the flexibility would be handy. This WB Mason account is, in flux. I did some additional search at Staples and was able to find, options that would be cheaper than the 120 or 150 that were posted. I think the flexibility gives us the opportunity to get the sign needed for the particular location. Now, I know we have a couple new locations that we wanted to maybe put some signage in. So I like the flexibility piece.
I don't mind the flexibility. We set a limit and have Tim oversee it. I don't have an issue with that.
Okay. Hannah, Jen, your thoughts?
I'm good with what my dad said.
I agree.
All right. Sounds easy enough then. So the last meeting, we talked about having signs up at Soldiers, Toot Martin Road, the VFW, and then playground on North Street. Did occur to me afterwards that we should probably have one also on the playground at Martin Road. I'm assuming the sign for the field is going to be down by the ball fields, while the other, we should probably have one at there as well. I also threw in the basketball court, the Municipal Center, but at this point, that looks like that might not be able in the budget. That would be the least priority. That'd just be my input.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
All right, so then I'd be looking for a motion to spend no more than $750 on signs, with Tim taking the lead on making the decisions on which signs are needed where.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by John, seconded by Hannah. Any further questions or discussion?
I was just scratching my head as to how I got in this. But if you expect my looking for feedback on some of these things, but yes, let's do it.
All in favor?
Jennifer Goslin, aye.
Anna Furno, aye.
John Furno, aye.
Bone and I.
Ryan Hogan, aye. So that's unanimous. Okay, so that takes care of the budget, spending the rest of the 2020 budget. I have not heard anything from the town, so when I last spoke to them, that was probably pre-COVID-19. We were still on track for our $3,000 again for next year, and we approved that at our February meeting, so I haven't heard anything different on that. Second on the agenda is meeting minutes. I intended on doing the meeting minutes and having them ready, but my afternoon was crazy and I did not get to it, so we'll have to do that next time. And then all else we have is open session for topics not reasonably anticipated 48 hours in advance of the meeting. John, I have one protocol question. So I've already got one invoice from the baseball group.
Okay,
Can I just send Jean an email? Will she pay it, or is there some other form I need to? Is it going to be signed by three of us? How is this going to work? You
yeah,
know?
if we get it to Jean, and then we'll have to get a voucher filled out, kind of like what she does for National Grid. It works out that Jen, Hannah, and myself usually stop in and sign. Just I'd send her an email, put it in the box at the municipal center, and then Janice will let us know when we need to come in and sign.
Okay. Is the municipal center open now? I mean, I can go over and sign too.
Yeah, it's not open to the public, but you can make an appointment to come in or what have you.
Okay.
But we did vote to have a signature just for Jen or Hannah, am I correct?
Yes.
That was only on the National Grid bills, I believe, unfortunately.
And she still does, she doesn't have that still either, she's saying,
I sent it to them months ago, but I will
if you don't
dig it out
mind.
and send it to them again.
Thank you.
Yes. So we probably will have, some of us will have to go in and sign. I mean, I'm working from home at this point, so it's not a big deal for me to run over, but I'm a little concerned if I get a bill on the 29th from one of the programs, is that going to be enough time to turn that around, John?
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
And we
All right,
also
well-
can also vote right now to have just one person go in and sign this bill we're talking, and or future bills if that's what we choose to do. Not that we have to. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I don't think that goes into effect until the meeting minutes are approved.
Right.
That's what happened with,
Oh yeah,
The
she's
other
gonna.
ones.
right, which we won't do until the next meeting anyway. So I think with five of us in town, we can head over and try to get that done for them.
Yeah.
And I'll send the first invoice either over tonight or tomorrow morning. We'll get the ball rolling a little bit.
Sounds good.
Does anyone else have anything else they'd like to discuss that was unanticipated?
If you guys have strong feelings on what some of our larger signs should say, I'd love to hear it.
Okay.
Not now, but offline, that's fine.
Okay.
I don't want to put you on the spot.
Yeah, I mean, if we can get those WB Mason signs for, the 150 price, I thought those covered it pretty well. They were kind of a little bit designed for workplaces, but I thought that might work for people. So
No, definitely. I was just shocked at the fact that your account produced a price and mine, being a town account, or $120 more. That's outrageous to me.
it is outrageous, especially since I don't have an account. I just went onto WBMason.com and poked around. So
I'm gonna sick Wojcik on this. This is ridiculous.
yeah, he'll love that one. Okay. So if nobody has anything else, I'd be looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by John, seconded by Hannah. Anybody have anything else? If not, all in favor?
Phone and I.
Jennifer Goslin, aye.
Hannah Furno, aye.
John Furno, aye.
Ryan Hogan, aye. Okay, thank you, everybody. Take
Good night,
care.
all.